Your reaction to a tough afternoon here at Spurs?
Yeah, really tough. Reaction, unfortunately, is similar to last week in the sense you can't make mistakes like that. We started with a good shape, a little bit subserviently, I thought, but then to be fair to Tottenham, first home game, they had that energy and that exuberance that comes with that. Um, and you know, we can't give away chances like we did. We can't give away a mistake from Jordan. And last week we had two. You can't do that at this level against teams like this. You can't do it at any level in the Premier League. Sorry, any club, but particularly not here. We know they spent a lot of players on really attacking players, a lot of money. Sorry, really attacking players, real clinical players. If you give them a 2-0 head start, or certainly 1 out of 2, and even the first one, I thought we could have dealt with it way before we get ourselves in trouble. It's really difficult, you know, because they've got the ability to score another goal. And then, you know, we're trying to open them up. We didn't do. They've got a chance of opening Europe, which they did do. And it ends up being a tough afternoon.
It is the key moments at the minute. I know we're only 2 games in, but I was going to say about at 1-0, you always got a fighting chance because at the end of the first half, we showed that we so nearly got a route back into the game. But at 2-0, we're just giving ourselves a big mountain to climb up.
No, that's right. And you're right. I mean, we have a couple of chances in the first half, which are really, really important and really good chances. And you know, it's a strange thing here, finding that freedom to score goals. I spoke endlessly about it. You know, I've spoken openly about it. I wasn't a goal scorer, but why would you not want to score a goal? But it feels like it's a bit tight and a bit edgy when we get in the front third and we get into the box. I can't really work out why. Your hero, especially Everton, I mean, the fans adore you when you score goals. So why would you not want to? It's not they don't want to, you understand, but finding them really important moments, you know, that's been a real challenge since I've been here, and getting the players into the right area has been okay, but then finding the moment of truth has been difficult. We're playing against sides that can find that moment of truth, and they certainly did today. So a lot of work's done to do. Another big reminder of where we're at in reality. I've spoken freely about it in the press. They asked me to be honest. I'm honest. You know, this strange kind of story started building last season at Goodison will be in Europe, and I'm going, look at the last 3 seasons. There's got to be a truth line, and we're trying to rebuild a team. We're signing players that are the kind of players that can grow into the club. They're not, you're not just rolling them on the pitch for 50 million and they're going right. These can, these can change our destiny. We're actually developing that. So I still expect more. Don't expect the first 2 games to go like this. That's fair, and that's definitely my responsibility. No problem with all that. But we are a challenge. We're a club that challenge ourselves to change what it is, to change the model, to build it rather than just buy it. And that's a difficult skill, and it takes time.
You're not one to make excuses. You're the last, but the facts are the facts that there are a lot of key players out at the minute. There's a lot of regular starters. Your pre-season's been hampered by lots of niggling injuries, as you said. You get 3 senior right backs unavailable today. Gave a debut to 19-year-old Roman Dixon. That all combined is going to make a tough game at a very strong opponent all the tougher.
It does, but no one wants excuses. The Everton fans don't want excuses, so I'm not prepared to make them. At the end of the day, we've still got players here I feel can operate at this level. You can get beat, okay, but it can be tighter than that today. Mistakes don't help that, that's for sure. Roman, by the way, did fine. I mean, he did more than fine. It's tough coming down here anyway. And to get thrown in at the deep end, I thought he did great, actually. Stuck to task and did what he could do. I still expect a lot from this group. And yes, we've got challenges. I have to be honest. Like I say, they asked me an honest question. We had only so many recognised players. We have got some very important players injured. But at the end of the day, we've still got to fight through that. We've still got to believe in what we do. We've had these spells before. And it's a very harsh reality of when the squad gets thin. But I'm expecting them to grow from that and say, right, let's take it on. Let's go and take these clubs on. And like I say, that feeling, that edge, I can sense is just everyone waiting for someone else. Whereas when we're really strong and we're good, and you remember the reaction we had after the really, really tough day down at Chelsea, the reaction was you could smell it. Everyone went, right, it's about time we took responsibility. And unfortunately, in the Everton cycle, seems to be that. And here we are again. It's like, we're back to that cycle of building, drop back down, have to rebuild again. And I've tried to speak to the players about preventing this cycle, but it just seems one of them things, this group, and they seem to just churn out the results, and we start onto something and then it drops back down and then we have to restart again. So even though it's early season, we're at a restart moment. We do need bodies back, of course. That gives us more depth and it gives us more challenge in the group. But we've still got to expect more from ourselves in the first 2 games of the season.
I was just going to end on that. There's one thing this squad has shown with you under Everton manager. They have got character to bounce back. And I know it doesn't automatically mean that's going to happen just for a click of a finger. But if there's one thing they have shown they can do when there's been tough moments in the final third, there's been injuries, there's been difficult results, is that they can turn it around.
The biggest challenge is why wait for the chance to turn it around? It's 0-0 at the beginning of a game. So play hard then. Don't play 1-0 down football and 2-0 down football. Play hard at 0-0. And that's the biggest challenge. When we do that, we're a strong team and we take on games mentally, not just physically, not with organisations, but that mental, you can almost smell it in the air before you play. When we don't do that, days like today come around, when there's just that everyone looking at someone else, will you do it? Am I going to do it? It's a strange thing about the management, but you can smell it in the air. And I smelled it today. I didn't like it. And I don't like making excuses. Yes, we're stretched, but we're here. We're a good group of people working hard. So let's go and take it on. And that's got to change.